introduce yourself.
My name is SURAJ MISHRA and I come from the state of Manipur. I come from a place called Kahna, which is located to the border of Imphal West district and Southern Hills district in Manipur. I have completed my education till graduation from Manipur itself. I have done my graduation in economics honors from DM College of Arts, which is under Manipur University. Besides this, sir, my hobbies include playing football, badminton, cricket. Besides this, I also like to hike, listen to music, watch
Okay.
movies.
So your Miss family is original inhabitant of Northeast, or you shifted from somewhere?
Yes, sir, my family is an original inhabitant of Northeast, but I'm not an indigenous of Northeast. My grandfather moved from the eastern parts of Nepal in the 1940s to
Okay.
Manipur.
Yes. Obviously, if it is not personal, can you tell me what was the reason behind? Means obviously you were not responsible. Someone from your ancestors who shifted. So what was the reason for shifting?
Yes, sir. I visited the place from where he had shifted from Nepal to Manipur, and I can understand that there were some geographical difficulties in living there. It was a hard terrain there, and still today the area is still undeveloped in that area. Manipur for him provided an excellent opportunity to rear livestock and do agricultural activities. And besides that, sir, in from the place in Nepal, there were lots of people who were joining the British regiments, and they were settled in Manipur. So maybe because of their inputs, he came to Manipur.
Okay. So obviously Manipur is having difficulty since last 1 year. Obviously, so many people lost their lives and a lot of difficulty. In your personal life, did you face some difficulty at personal level from this event?
Yes, sir. I did face some personal challenges, and because the place where I live in, my village is located right at the middle of the two communities. On one side there are the Kukis, and on the other side there are the Meiteis. So whenever they clash, the clash happens in our area mostly. But right now, because of the central security forces, these things are limited to only a few events. Because, but in last May, it was very difficult to live here, and most of the young people had to move out from this area. Also, sir, there was the ban of internet, and in within 2 kilometers of the border, the internet was banned for almost a year, and it was quite a difficult situation at that time.
Okay. So with your grandfather and all, some more people came or your family itself?
So from Nepal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Many people, many families did come from Nepal to settle in Manipur, and it was not just our family. In fact, the village that I live in has around 10,000 population, and mostly it is the Gurkhas who are living here. And most of them are employed in the Indian Army, Air Force, or Navy, and that is the main
Okay.
source of
Yeah.
income.
Today is 5th of May. 5th of May is birth anniversary of one of the most celebrated personality, obviously sometime due to bad reason, sometime due to good reason. Can you name?
So I am not able to think about it currently.
Just try to think.
Yes, sir. Nothing is
Okay.
popping up
Uh,
right now.
the person is responsible for communism.
Okay, so Karl Marx.
Yeah, Karl Marx. Can you tell me one or two statement said by him?
Sir, Karl Marx believed in uh, power held by the people. He did not believe in capitalism, and during his time in Eastern Europe, he saw that the workers were exploited by the capitalists, and he was a product of his time. So his writings involved such things which were against capitalist society. He said that to form a perfect society, one has to go through socialist society and ultimately a capitalist, ultimately a communist society. And these are some of the things which Karl
Okay.
Marx said, sir.
Any statement which you can use as a quotation of him?
I'm not able to think of any statement.
Okay. One famous statement: religion is the opium of masses. Another statement: workers of entire world, be united. You are not having anything to lose, but a lot of things to be gained. In fact, during 1857, a revolution of 1857, he also said it was the national movement. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Arti, continue.
Okay, sir. Okay, Suraj, so you are from Manipur. Suppose if someone wants to travel Manipur, so what places you suggest to visit?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Since Manipur has the valley as well as the hill, I would first prefer the person to visit the Ima market, which is a women's market, and it is one of a kind in Manipur since it is only run by women. Secondly, I would refer the person to visit the Kangla fort, which is the ancient fort of Manipur. Thirdly, it would be the Loktak Lake, and lastly, it would be the Juko Valley, which is located in the border of Nagaland and Manipur.
So tell me something specific about your district, like which places are important.
Yes, ma'am.
Or people
Yes,
needs to visit Imphal.
yes, ma'am. I live in Imphal West district, and Imphal West district is the most populous district of Manipur. And some of the places where we can visit are Chairao Cheng, which is a place, which is a hilly place from where the whole of Imphal can be seen. And there is the Ima market, which is also located in Imphal West district only. So these are some of the places which I feel Imphal West is famous for.
Okay. So tell me the main sources of Manipur.
Sources,
Yes.
source of income.
Source of income, yes.
Yes, ma'am. The main sources of income in Manipur is rice cultivation. Rice cultivation happens in Manipur in a vast scale, especially in the valley. And also there is the forest produce are there, and ginger cultivation is also there, and pineapple cultivation also happens here. So it is mostly agricultural.
Okay. And can you tell me the problems which farmers of Manipur are facing?
Yes, there are many problems which the farmers here in Manipur face. It is and some of these are non innovation. I mean the kind of innovation which has been happening in other states, especially in the Indian plains, it is not reached in Manipur. It may be because of the geographical difficulties here. And when we talk about the farmers in Manipur, we can divide the farmers into two categories. One are the farmers in the hills, and the others are in the valley. The valley farmers have a higher level of production in terms of the agricultural produce, while the hill farmers they only do mostly zoom cultivation, which is a bad practice when we think about forests. And this could be because there are no facilities like water irrigation is not there, and electricity supply is not there. Road connectivity is also not there. So these are some of the problems faced by the farmers.
So tell me some schemes which government is initiated to boost the farmers' income in your state.
Yes, there are some schemes like PM Kisan, which helps in increasing the income level of the farmers. And there are also some other local level schemes here initiated by the state government. Now, I cannot exactly name the event right now, but there are some schemes.
So if we talk about industry, so which industry is the like fast growing industry in Manipur?
Yes, ma'am. Currently, the state of industry in Manipur is not so good. It is because of the militancy that is here. Earlier, if we were to look into in the earlier years, there were some industries in Manipur which were mostly catering to agricultural sector, and one of these industries is ginger production. Ginger production is quite good here in Manipur, and it was flourishing well in the past. But right now, this is also stagnant, and I cannot think of any other major industry.
Okay. So tell me something about handloom sector of Manipur. How it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
working?
I completely forgot the handloom industry here. It is an important part of the societies here in Manipur, both in the valleys and in the hills, and it is related to the culture here of the people. And it is mostly an industry wherein women are employed, and most of the women in the villages are employed in this industry. And in fact, it is one of those things in Manipur which is doing quite well is compared to the other industries in Manipur. And it has also uh, been able to capitalize a lot. The women are also able to capitalize a lot through this industry.
Okay, so in our country, we celebrate lots of harvest festival in different parts of our country. So tell
Yes,
me
ma'am.
about the harvest festival of Manipur.
Yes, ma'am. There are many harvest festivals here in Manipur, and these festivals are different from different communities. If we talk about the tribals, especially, we have the uh, Kut festival, which is celebrated by the Kukis. It is done in the date is November 1, and the other is Luingaini, which is celebrated by the Nagas. And there are other many harvest festivals as well. In among the Meiteis, they celebrate mostly uh, the Hindu festivals, which are related to harvest, and these are some which I can remember.
Okay. So there is a term called integrated farming technique. Tell me something about this and how it is boosting the agriculture.
Yes, ma'am. As far as I know, integrated farming technique means putting up all the required elements in farming, putting up all the required elements in farming into one. I think integrated farming technique includes uh, better facilities regarding water management, better HYV seeds implementation, and other types of cropping patterns which can be used together, and also the facilities provided for storing the farming produces should be located near the agricultural area. So all this combined together forms the integrated farming sector, as far as I know.
Okay. And what are the major crops people grow in Manipur?
Ma'am, the major crops that people grow here in Manipur include rice. Rice also has a variety called black rice, which is called chakhao in Manipur. And besides this, the people here grow pineapples, ginger, and we are also famous for growing poppy cultivation, which is not a good thing actually. And the government has taken a lot of initiatives to curb this down. And recently, we are seeing progress in this. This happens mostly in the hill areas where uh, there is difficulty in growing other crops because there is not a good amount of irrigation available here, and roads are also not well connected. So these are some of the crops here.
So in your hobbies, you have mentioned about hiking and trekking.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
tell me something about hitchhiking. What is hitchhiking?
Hitchhiking means taking the help of somebody when we are hiking, taking the help of some some vehicles or some people when we are in our journey to hiking, and it involves hiking in certain areas which we do not know about, and I think this is what hitchhiking is.
And why it is illegal in some countries?
Ma'am, as far as I can think of, it can be illegal because hitchhiking involves people who go to other boundaries wherein they are not allowed to go, and maybe because of that, hitchhiking is illegal.
So there are two terms, mountaineering and trekking. So how they
Yes,
both are different from each other?
yes, ma'am. Mountaineering involves climbing high mountains in a large scale, in a massive scale, while trekking can be anything from hiking a small hill or a large mountain. So trekking, I think, is a broad term, and mountaineering is a specific term, as far as I know.
So as if you have mentioned you like traveling. So what places you have traveled in India and which one was the most favorite?
Yes, ma'am. I have traveled to all the northeastern states except the state of Tripura, and I have also visited other Indian states like UP, West Bengal, Punjab, New Delhi. and Karnataka. So the most famous, the place which I like the most in all my travels was Juko Valley, which is located in the border of Manipur and Nagaland. So the place is unique in one way, and I like it the most.
So tell me about the forest cover of Manipur and what type of forests are found in Manipur.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Manipur has a significant amount of forests, and there are a variety of forest types here in Manipur. Mostly, it is the tropical deciduous forest available here. And recently, we have seen a decline in the forest levels in Manipur, especially in the state of Manipur. In fact, in India, the highest level of decline in forest happened in the state of Manipur. This could be particularly because of two reasons. The first is construction activities which have been going in the northeast, especially in Manipur, and also the slash and burn cultivation happening the hilly regions.
So if we talk about the Act East policy, it was in the news earlier. So tell me something about this policy and how it is going to impact the northeast states of India.
Yes, ma'am. Act East policy is a new form of the Look East policy which the government had earlier. And Act East policy basically means connecting the northeastern region to the Southeast Asian markets, so that this northeastern region also benefits from the connectivity. Because of the Act East policy that the government is following, the Northeast India has been getting a lot of funding in terms of money, and there are lots of construction activities going on. One of those construction activities include the building of Dola Sadia Bridge, which is there in Assam. The other is the coming of train into the valley of Manipur from Assam, and we also have the Asian Highway, which is getting connected from Imphal all the way to Thailand. And the government also is linking Northeast to from the Bay of Bengal through the Kaladan multimodal project. There is also the Agartala Akwara railway link, which is happening from Bangladesh to Tripura. So these are some of the development projects under Act East policy.
Okay. So your first preference is SSB. Who is the currently DG of SSB?
The current DG of SSB is Daljit Singh Chaudhary.
Okay, and what is the motto of SSB?
The motto of SSB is Service, Security, and Brotherhood.
Oh. So tell me something about SSB, like when it was established and what was the reason behind establishment?
So SSB was established in 1963 when after the Indo-China War, and it was established because we needed a force which would inculcate a sense of patriotism into the people in the peripheral areas of India, mostly in areas which border Nepal, Bhutan, China. And SSB today borders the state of the mandate of SSB is taking care of the borders of the country of Nepal and Bhutan. They also are involved in some counterinsurgency operations where the other forces fall short, and they are also involved in election duties as well.
Okay. So do you know the previous name of SSB? As
The
if it was
previous
changed in
name of
2004.
I cannot remember it right now. I have to look up to that.
Okay, so it was a Special Service Bureau and it was changed in 2004. That's all from my side, sir.
Okay. You are a teacher. Let us take. There is less awareness about Northeast in general in mainland India. Let us take UPSC asked
Yes,
some suggestions in the capacity of a teacher. He give us some suggestions so that we can make awareness regarding Northeast among mainland India people. Then can you give me some suggestion?
Yes, sir. When I talk about suggestion regarding the Northeast, I can make the people aware about the natural beauty that is there in Manipur and also in the Northeast, which is quite different from the other regions of India. And we should make aware about these situations happening. Some people feel that the Northeast is not very much accepting the tourists which come from India, which is not true. This can also be debunked to them. And the other thing is that there are a lot of cultures here in Northeast, and for people who like to witness different cultures and different traditions, different foods, food habits, I think we can make them aware about the situation as well.
Okay. One my suggestion, you should add if this is asked every year, you should give suggestion to UPSC. Every year ask 10 question in civil services examination, assistant commandant examination, CDS examination. So definitely all will read and go through key, yes, what all are related to culture. I think this is innovative.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, see, so in paper 1, 10 objective question, you should ask from Northeast, like culture, economy, etc. And in essay, argument, or conventional paper, 1 question mandatory should be from Northeast. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, you said about home cultivation. I think 1 question was asked in assistant commandant examination itself. Which of the Northeast state is having highest percentage of jhum cultivation? Can you tell?
So if I can take a guess, it would be the state of Manipur, sir.
Okay.
I think there is a competition between the state of Manipur and Mizoram, but right now I feel that the state of Manipur is the highest amount of cultivation. If you look into the
this
geographical
question, I was not able to find exact answer. So it is your duty to search about that. Okay. Yeah. Indian
Yes,
National
sir.
Congress. So from establishment 1885 till date,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me any president of Indian National Congress who has been from Northeast?
Sir, I cannot remember it right now.
Okay, I'm giving the surname of the person. You should guess. His name was Barua.
Barua. Yes, sir, I cannot remember it, sir.
Okay. Devkant Barua. During Indira Gandhi's tenure, I think when Indira Gandhi was about to resign, Sanjay Gandhi stopped him. So at the time, Devkant Barua said, "Ki Indira Gandhi, ki I will be Prime Minister. You should become Congress President. We will exchange the post. When situation normalizes, I will hand over Prime Ministerial post to you." Then Sanjay Gandhi said, "No, Barua, once he will take charge of Prime Minister, he will never leave the office." Okay. Anyway, since he was also governor of Bihar. Okay. Anyway, is there any relation of Manipur during Mahabharat period?
Yes, sir. There are so many anecdotes wherein they mentioned about the state of Manipur being involved in the Mahabharat. While there are some disputes that the Mahabharat, that the Manipur that they were talking about in Mahabharat could be Odisha, and it was Arjuna's third wife, I guess, who happened to be from this place, and I'm not sure about it, but there are some disputes whether it was the original Manipur, which is being
Obviously, the
talked
things
about here.
Historical facts we cannot say with certainty, but what is mentioned that you have to say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So one wife of Arjuna was from Manipur. Can you tell name?
Sir, it could be Chitrangada, I think.
Yes, yes. What was the name of her son?
I cannot remember it right now, sir.
Okay. It was Bhabru Bahan. It was said na कि someone born from Arjun itself can defeat Arjuna. And since after marriage, he left Chitrangada to her father's palace itself. So Chitrangada said to her son, "You have to defeat Arjuna," because he was not knowing ki actually he is my father, as per the story goes. Okay. Anyway, you know about Golden Triangle?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
So the Golden Triangle. the Golden Triangle is a place which is located at the tri-junction of Burma, Thailand, and Cambodia. And this is a hilly terrain wherein the people cultivate poppy. These are the elite tribals in these regions who cultivate poppy, and it has the second largest production of poppy cultivation in the world. Currently, it has overtaken the Golden Crescent, which is there in Afghanistan, because the Taliban has been reducing the poppy cultivation on a massive scale.
Okay.
Besides poppy, sir, there is
Okay.
also a large.
So some time back you said that there is poppy cultivation also. In fact, government is not in favor. In fact, government many times destroy the poppy crop. So in the poppy which is grown sometime illegally in Manipur, do you think it is also transported in that means through Golden Triangle zone to other parts of the world?
Yes, sir. It is definitely transported to other parts of the world. It is primarily because of this reason that because there is demand that the poppy is cultivated there, and the poppy which is cultivated in Manipur is not particularly transported back to Burma because there is already the Golden Triangle around there. The poppy cultivation which happens in Manipur is traveled towards the various states of India. And this does not suffice to the large demand that is there in India. So there is a lot of import, illegal import happening from the Golden Triangle as well.
So seeing some problem is having different dimensions. Let us take Manipur. So if we observe Manipur's problem, there are three ways. One, to see the problem from Delhi, means those who are in power in central government. One way is to look from other places where people neither can do anything or neither have sympathy from the people. Let us take a person sitting in Uttar Pradesh, or let us take in Haryana, or let us take in South India. So they are not concerned, no, neither they can do anything, nor they are having, let us take for time being sympathy or something. And one way to see the problem from Manipur, where you are. So
Yes, sir.
seeing the problem from Manipur itself, who do you blame that if the problem is there in Manipur, so who can be said to be responsible for the problem in your opinion?
Sir, the responsibility of the problem, as far as I can feel, is the division between the people. There is not one person who is responsible to this, and this thing had been building up between the two communities. And the problem in Manipur is not a very particular problem, I would say, because if we look the Northeast as a whole, we see a lot of tribes with various different differences, and this is just another ember in the fire that is there in the Northeast. This time it is between the Meiteis and the Kukis. At one point of time, it was between the Nagas and the Kukis. Another point of time, it was the Meiteis and the Meitei Pangals. So this is not just in Manipur. In Mizoram also, we can see that the Chakmas and the Mijos were in dispute. And even in Assam, back in the 1980s, we had the Assamese versus the Bengalis happening. And this always happens because one community arrives in the region earlier than the other community, and there is always this problem of who is more indigenous to the area. So, sir, this problem is never-ending problem in this region.
Okay, so if there is any decision made or anything done, sometimes you feel alienated from the society.
Yes, sir. Sometimes the decisions which are made can directly affect us in terms of security. I mean, sometimes the government decides to put in place the state forces, which are not very much liked by the cookies on one side. And because of the government's decision, there will be some kind of reaction, which we might face. And on the other side, the population might not like the central forces. Although we like the central forces, but this community within this community, there are certain segments who do not like each other's forces. So sometimes they feel that one force is better than the other for their security. So in this aspect, our opinion is not taken into consideration.
Okay,
So
okay.
this is
Yeah.
how.
So in Northeast, in how many states at this time AFSPA is there?
Sir, at this current situation, AFSPA is there in Northeast in three states, in four states.
Tell me name.
Sir, it is the state of Manipur, the two districts of Arunachal Pradesh, in Nagaland and also in Assam.
Okay, so in Manipur, in how many districts?
Sir, in Manipur, all the hill districts have the APSPA implementation, and in the valley and in the metropolitan, in the central area, there is no APSPA being implemented.
Okay, where is Irom Sarmila at this time?
The Irom Sarmila at this time, if I can remember, could be in her husband's house, where I think she has been married to a foreigner, and she must not have be in Manipur now.
Okay, okay, okay. Can you tell me some geographical features and formation process of Loktak Lake in short?
Yes, sir. The Loktak Lake was formed in fact, according to geographical estimates, it is said that the whole valley of Impal was a lake, and when the water receded, Loktak Lake is the remaining part of that earlier big lake which was there in the valley. So the Loktak Lake is a pulsating lake. It expands when in times of rain, and it decreases when in times of drought. So this is the geographical estimate of Loktak.
In brief, just point you have to tell 4 solutions to resolve the problem of Manipur, aggregate problem, not just the current problem. Just point you have to tell 4 points.
Yes, sir. The first point could be bringing the two communities into one table. The second could be developing the hill regions. The third could be, sir, we see that Article 371C is there implemented in Manipur, and Article 371C talks only about the provision for the hill districts. It does not mention about the valley people. So the valley people are also becoming quite aware about the situation. So we should not try to make it in certain manner that the majority population will become a minority. This should not happen. So the government should implement certain reforms wherein the majority always remains the majority, because this will lead to clashes. The lastly, sir, if I'm talking about the majority population, we should not let go of the aspiration of the minorities, who are the cookies. So we have to consider their aspirations also. There could be some developmental efforts which could be made. Roads could be built better. So these are some of the 4 solutions which I can provide.